Whew. Hi, I'm Zash, and welcome to episode 19 of my Steins Gates Let's Read. We just moved to an IBM 5100 and it's really heavy. It feels like we moved it across the city. Please, enjoy this episode. It's dark by the time we get to the lab. It's normally less than a 15-minute walk, but since Kurisu kept begging to take breaks, it ended up taking twice as long.
We finally made it. I'm exhausted.
If you didn't complain so much about every little thing, we would have been here sooner.
Right back at you. We stopped to take a break at least 5 times along the way.
Ellipses. That's because I wasn't feeling well.
Are you okay?
It's just, occasionally, my right arm aches, and when it does, dark, destructive impulses overcome my soul.
Shut up, or I'll tear the peripheral nerves out of that arm.
Holy crap, there's something wrong with this girl! Rip out my nerves? That's like something from last year's New Gen incident. Reference to Chaos Head, the previous visual novel.
Okay.
Okay, I'll shut up. Shutting up, ma'am. Let's bring the IBM 5100 into the lab. The final barrier awaits. We have to ascend this rickety building's narrow staircase.
Shouldn't you get your friends to help?
You're right. I checked the window. The lab lights are on.
Huh?
Part-time warrior comes out of the Brontube workshop with perfect timing.
If it isn't Okabe Rentaro. What you got there?
You want to know? Then I'll tell you.
Wait, if you're just going to stand and talk, shouldn't we put the box down first?
Yes, good plan.
Yeah.
Yes, I like this plan. Yeah, actually, wait. This will only take a second.
Well, what is it?
What if I told you? It's an IBM 5100.
No way! You found it? Wow. Way to go, Okabe Rentaro.
I wish she'd stop calling me by my full name. If she's going to do that, she should at least call me Hoyin Kyoma.
Where was it? It's heavy.
Kurisu starts giving in. I'm about at my limit too. Let's put it down. Kurisu and I place it on the ground gently, as to not damage its contents.
So, where was it?
Yanabayashi Shrine.
Yanabayashi Shrine? You mean like a Shinto shrine?
Yeah.
Why was it there?
Then suddenly, Suzahu looks at Kurisu. She gasps, then approaches Kurisu until they're close enough to feel each other's breath. And how would you know this, Okabe? Were you that close too?
Likely? Yes. Nakite Kurisu?
And now we're in Faith Talks to Herself hour.
Yay! Yes? Who
For some reason, she stares at Kurisu with frightful intensity. Kurisu narrows her eyes in opposition. Cue the dramatic chipmunk.
Chipmunk, okay.
What's going on here? I can't move a muscle. The air's so thick with tension.
What is... Have I done something wrong?
Suzaha turns away, and without looking back, disappears into the Brontube workshop. Well, she's not going to help us.
Who was that?
Now Kurisu demands answers from me. She worked part-time at that store.
Why was she glaring at me?
How should I know? Did you do something to make her angry?
I've never seen her before in my life. How rude.
Maybe she's just jealous. Kurisu picked a fight with me the first time we met too. But that was a hallucination, so I don't say anything. I get Daru and Mayuri to come down and help us, and the four of us carry the IBN 5100 upstairs. Good work, everybody. With this, we can fight.
Who are you fighting?
CERN, and the system that rules the world.
If that's what makes you happy.
Happy? I do not desire happiness. Have you forgotten? I am an insane mad scientist. What I desire is chaos. The time machine exists to bring chaos to the world. Mwahahahaha!
Never mind happiness. You're like a junkie hyper-secreting beta endorphins.
Yeah, that's happy chemicals, I believe.
Yeah,
And,
I think that's right.
oh, Corinne, I don't want you doing bad things, remember? But wow, I can't believe you found one. You make it the impossible look easy. That's why we love you. That's why we
I certainly don't admire him.
Huh? Huh?
Eh?
For a moment, there's complete silence.
Do
Juicy
not
chicken
show
number
off.
1, we shall never forget. It's all thanks to Mayushi! Mayuri, oblivious as always, puffs out her chest with pride. But I don't miss Kurisu's relieved sigh. She keeps dropping manga quotes. Does this mean what I think it means? Without Mayushi's info, Okarin would still be at a loss. Would still be lost on the streets of Akiba. Mayuri's right. She did well this time. Hee hee. Anyway, it's time for Mayushi to go home. What about you, Chris-chan? Wanna go together? Cue porn music.
Hey.
No,
Thanks. But I'm going to stay here a little longer.
cue porn music. No, looks like Kurisu's interested in the IBN 5100 and CERN after all. That reminds me, I haven't filled her in yet. Okay, but you should go home before it gets too late. See you tomorrow. Tutaru!
Do Rintaro and Daru just live here?
Often, yeah.
Is that why?
There is a shower, so...
There's a shower in the kitchen, it's just they never seem to need to go home.
Oh, Okabe's 18. Daru's... something.
Still, don't you need to feed your fish or something?
Okabe's, fish wouldn't need feeding. They would be sharks with laser beams attached to their heads.
You mean they'd be goldfish with tiny flashlights taped onto them, okay.
I failed to see the difference.
So would he.
Mayuri waves her hand as she leaves. Now then, Daru. When do you think we can use the IBN 5100 to hack CERN? Well... Daru talks as he plugs the IBN 5100's power adapter into the wall. Turns the machine on, and the power supply begins to make a turbulent noise. Wow, it actually turned on.
I'm surprised too.
First, I need to learn how to use this thing. It looks like hooking up is going to be a pain. It might take a while. I can't play with this thing and search for the server admin's ID at the same time. Alright. Prioritize the ID search. If possible, I'd like you to get the IBN 5100 ready to use this month, though. There's still 30 days left this month. It's not going to take that long. Oh, great. Now I've got hiccups. That's my super hacker. Oop! I've got spam!
Shiny finger?
I'm going to bet Lucaco. Nope,
Yay!
You're right. I'm always wrong.
Have you found any leads yet? Nothing at all on my end. I've been to a lot of stores, but none of them had an IBN 5100 on display. Maybe I should have tried asking. Anyway, let me know if you found anything. Moeg.
So she's just gone to a whole bunch of stores and window shopped, hoping one would have an IBN 5100 on display. Makes sense because she can't actually talk to people, right?
I can't say anything because when it comes to talking to employees at a store, I just don't do it. I can't find something. I'll find it later. Not that big a deal. Hey, Okabe.
What? Sorry, I was reading my phone. I look up. Kurisu is glaring at me. What did you just call me?
I called you Okabe.
You called me Okabe. I take one step towards Kurisu. Then she takes one step back. Time out! Time out! Daru tries to hold me back, but I shake him off and take a step closer. Kurisu doesn't step back this time. Without taking her eyes off me, she bites her lip hard and curls her hands into fists. Uh-oh. Did you just call me Okabe?
I did. Problem? Yes, I'm younger than you, but you insist on calling me by ridiculous names like Christina and Zombie. So I don't think I need to show you any respect by adding san, and besides...
That's not the problem.
Eh?
I am not Okabe. I am Hoien Kyoma. How many times do I have to tell you, Christina?
She's Kurisu, but you know... Oops. God, you're so full of yourself.
From now on, call me Hoien. That or Kyoma.
No.
Kurisu snaps at me and turns away. Are those tears I see in her eyes? Are you crying?
I'm not crying. It's not like I was scared of you for a second there or anything, and I definitely wasn't relieved when you started talking like an idiot again, okay?
She stalks over to the window and stares outside. I see her wipe her eyes with the back of her hand. Seems she was crying after all. Daru? Why is my assistant crying? She said so herself just now. All I did was correct her on my name. Yet you were kind of nutters about how you corrected her, though.
A little.
Maybe she only acts strong, but is actually weak on the inside. That would be pretty moe.
Or maybe Rentaro's completely nuts.
Well, whatever. Back to checking mail. But I'm thirsty from the hard day's work. So before that, I take a fresh Dr. P out of the fridge.
Your kidneys are gonna fail.
I don't think he has had solid food yet that we know of. No, he had a couple pieces of chicken at May Queen.
That's not gonna make it better. You're gonna get kidney stones, and then what? Hey, aren't you gonna tell me what's going on? Dr. People.
Oh my god! Soylent Green is people! We have to tell the world!
Oh no!
I toss the bottle to Kurisu once she turns around.
Yeah?
Kurisu tries to catch it, but fails magnificently.
So would I.
She picks the bottle up off the floor, then shoots me a glare.
Don't open that.
I'll explain in a second. Drink that while you wait.
Gee, thanks. Don't open that.
Psst. Cola goes everywhere. I need to send a reply to Shining Finger. Okay, taking bets on how long until it'll take before Shining Finger responds to this.
0.3 seconds.
I've got the goods. Over. I send as concise a message as possible. Now then. You were pretty close. I turn back to Kurisu, but the reply comes before I open my mouth. Holy crap, she can type.
The goods? You found an IBN 5100? Gimme! Oh wait. Oh, that's polite.
Gimme? What nonsense is this? Sorry, but I'm not the owner. I can't just give it to you. I send that. Another instant reply.
Let me borrow it. Boy.
It's easy to imagine what will happen if I lend it to her. She'll disappear, and I'll never see the IBN 5100 again. No borrowing either. You can visit our lab if you want to see it, but no touching. The address is Chiyodaku Sokayanda 3-6- Ohiyama Building 2F. I add the lab's address and send the mail. No more replies come. Sorry for the wait, Christina. I look up and see Kurisu drinking the Dr. P. Oh, you're a fan of the doc, I see.
I've lived 7 years at his birthplace, after all.
Excellent. We'll make great drinking buddies. I don't think that's how that works.
I'm a minor. It's just Dr. Pepper.
That's not what I meant. I meant Dr. P drinking buddies.
Is that all you drink?
Kurisu shrugs her shoulders and takes another swig, signaling me to talk. And so I explain how Daru and I hacked into CERN, and how they've already had the LHC in operation for 9 years, and how they successfully created mini black holes, and how it looks like they're researching time travel, and also how they haven't disclosed any of this to the world. Kurisu's expression grows more and more intense as she listens to the story.
CERN certainly is acting strange. But how's the IBN 5100 solved?
CERN's database uses an IBN 5100.
So?
The only way to decrypt that database is to use an IBN 5100 of our own.
How do you know that?
I have my sources. I don't drop Titer's name. I have no doubt this genius girl would laugh at it if I did. Kurisu puts a finger to her lip, deep in thought.
Setting the IBN 5100 such aside, I want to see proof that CERN's really doing that sort of research.
True, we didn't get any definite proof of CERN's time travel research last time we hacked them. Daru, will it take much longer to find a server admin's account? Actually, I was just thinking about doing that. It shouldn't take more than half a day, I guess. There you go. Now we got the message from Luca. Luca, about my older sister. She's away at university, so she's almost never home. You know how I said she was boyish? Well, I've always had trouble saying no to her, so she and my father used to make me do things. I mean, you know, just thinking about it makes me want to cry. P.S. I was so deep in thought that I didn't do any practice swings with Samadare.
Considering the tone of this graphic novel, I can't tell if it's what you think it is or if it's something completely different.
If it's completely innocent or exactly what we think it is.
You can never tell.
But I don't think we should ask about, because thinking about it did make her want to cry or him.
Her.
God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's a guy, but I still call him a her. Well, I tend to call people by their parent gender, so that's often that sometimes gets me into trouble, but
I don't know. I think Rintaro as a person is nosy enough and a bit brusque enough that he would ask.
But me as a person, I don't want to make Lukaku cry. Like, he has a hard enough life.
I know. We wouldn't ask, but, you know.
Okay, going with you know then.
Okay.
Don't tell me they defile... Oh god, that's even worse than I thought it was going to be. Then probably things would be... Don't tell me they defiled you. In that case, you may have lost your powers as a Miko. Well, that's a thing we said.
That is not what we were intending, but okay.
Yo, wait. It's already getting dark. Why not go home for tonight and come back tomorrow morning?
No thanks. I'll wait. I want to know as soon as possible, even if it's just a microsecond sooner.
That's the spirit! You're already fascinated by the conspiracy. You can't help to want to know what lies at the heart of CERN.
If what you guys are saying is true, then this isn't something to joke about. CERN is the world's top research institution. They're doing secret experiments without publishing their results. They're making fools of scientists the world over. That's only if it's true.
She finishes by emphasizing that point again.
I feel more worried about the small black holes.
Doesn't look like she believes us. Anyways, Daru, I'll leave it to you. According to Daru's research, the IBN 5100 weighs 25 kilos. For now, we'll leave it on the shelf in the development room. It is about 60 pounds, I think.
Oh, one of those big monitors, okay.
I'm trying to see if I can actually see it in the lab somewhere. I don't see it, but I'm also half blind, so...
I don't see it either.
Maybe they just didn't bother to update it. We carried the cardboard box to the room, half dragging it. Well, it's also in a cardboard box, so that might be why we're not seeing it. Like, it could be any one of the cardboard boxes on the shelves.
Yeah. Well, I doubt it's one of those high ones, because I don't think they're going to lift 60 pounds over their head.
Kurisu follows.
Can you show me the phone wave?
Indeed I can. Want to experiment?
You haven't been able to send another email to the past yet, right? Do you know why?
I can only shake my head.
Let's run some tests.
Kurisu looks around the development room.
Man, you have a ton of junk.
It's not junk! Since you're new to the Future Gadgets Laboratory, I'll explain. These are the glorious fruits of our science, the Future Gadgets. Future Gadgets 1 through 7 are stored here. The phone wave, with which you are already familiar, is gadget number 8.
Future Gadgets, huh?
Kurisu casually picks up Future Gadget 4, Moed Snake, from the shelf and stares at it.
Hey, isn't this a weapon?
Future Gadget number 4, Moed Snake, designed after a Claymore landmine, is an instant humidifier.
How confusing.
Insert water and turn the power on, and in mere seconds it generates a thick cloud of steam.
So it's junk. I thought so.
Kurisu sighs and returns Moed Snake to the shelf. Do I have a feeling Chekhov's gun was just loaded?
I'm borrowing this.
Without waiting for a reply, she grabs Daru's never-worn lab coat from the shelf and puts it on gallantly. They are so similar.
They are. It's a little frightening.
She likes wearing a lab coat too. Whoa! Or should I do more of Keanu Reeves? Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
I know Kung Fu.
It's just not right without a lab coat.
Overcome with emotion, I seize Kurisu's hand and grasp it firmly.
Lab coat. Hey!
Assistant! You get it, don't you?
Get what? Let go.
If you're going to do science, you need a lab coat, right? I told Daru over and over, but he would never wear one. But my assistant is different. She put it on before I even said anything. I knew you were meant for this, Christina. You're the best assistant a mad scientist could ask for.
I don't know if that's supposed to be a compliment, but it's coming off as an insult. Now let go.
She shakes off my hand and turns her back to me. I'm giving you that lab coat to commemorate your joining the lab. Don't worry, it's never been worn. Or maybe this fateful encounter between you and that lab coat was decided by destiny long ago. Daru not wearing it was just another inevitability. This is the choice of Steins.
Shut up so we can start the experiment.